Alright. Sup YouTube, Captain Fox here, back doing another video, and we're back with this, episode 1. Dude. The last time I remember, this got weird near the end of that video, the last video. We're gonna actually try to finish this one in this video. You know, you might actually see me cut from time to time, because I'm probably not gonna all finish it in just one day. So I might just cut it, and then you might just see it. It'll be the next morning. I'm just saying it might, alright? This might be, you know, let's just get into it.
To cease. You would think that I would want to just die, because then maybe I could see her again. But I don't even want that. Fate wouldn't allow that. I don't deserve to see her again, especially after everything.
Yeah, well, Fate, I don't even freaking care. Like, I don't even know what this girl talking about.
I've done. I mean, what would I even say to her if I actually got that chance?
I don't know.
No, to dissipate into nothingness is all I crave at this point. I blink and readjust my eyes as my hoof slowly reaches out to the flames before me. I watch the flesh sear and crisp as it blackens within the fire. The stench of rotten cooked meat fills my nostrils. But I feel no pain as I continue to watch the tissue cauterize. Chunks of fat beginning to fall from the limb, and soon all I am left with is charred, hollowed bone and hoof.
Wow.
I pull the hoof away from the inferno and just stare. Warm blue energy appears around the ruined limb, coalescing over it and quenching the remaining flames, as muscle, skin, and fur are reformed beneath its glow. But instead of it looking healthy and lively, well, it's putrid and revolting. Like I said, my ears swivel towards the sound as my eyes remain locked on the fire. It would seem that some poor, unfortunate traveler may have stumbled upon my campsite. If you're looking for a place to rest from your travels, you're more than welcome to share my fire.
Nah, thanks.
Just gotta listen to a story is all.
That's fine.
It's
I'm good.
seriously too easy to lure tired souls with stories and warm campfires, especially now that I don't grow. I mean, who in their right mind would turn that down? There's no response, but the hoof steps continue their slow, steady, deliberate crunches, drawing closer. The silent type, huh? Guess that's always good for listening to stories. Hurry up and come over by the warmth of the fire, though. It's always chilly during this season, and you don't want to catch a cold. Jesus, Pony is taking for... Seriously, I could have been halfway through my story by now if there's sweet time.
Oh, shut up.
Maybe this pony is actually being cautious, though. Unless they're trying to get one up on me. That happens from time to time. Idiots seeing a lone pony, thinking that she would be an easy buck. Little do they know, fate's already beat them to it. The hoof steps come to a crawl as they get closer. Pony's problem? Okay, seriously? Over. My impatience gets the best of me. I whirl around, only to be met with the empty clearing. I scan left to right, expecting for a figure to appear, but all I hear is the crackling of the campfire. I sigh to myself, annoyed that I'm obviously here, and turn back to the fire.
Look at what you've become.
A pony's voice echoes
Whoa.
out from the trees before me. At least, I think it's a pony. I can't see any pony in the darkness of the forest.
You sit here, waiting for vulnerable ponies who only want a place to rest, prey on their trusting nature.
Yeah, and what of it? This wouldn't be the first time an overzealous pony tried playing the hero. Considering how many ponies I do, it's no surprise when some pony who loves them shows up and comes after me.
But preying on them isn't good enough, is it? You weave cursed words, forever trapping their souls in a perpetual spiraling hell from which they can never escape. You kill them, body and soul.
This voices, their voice, echoes and bounces all around me. How is this even possible? I don't see or hear any pony using their magic. You can't kill ponies with just words. If that was the case, I would die. Considering we're still having this conversation. And here I thought my night was going to be boring. But isn't that what you did to me? Mag,
Whoa! Hold
that
up.
voice. I could never forget that voice. My head whips around to the right, my heart leaping into my throat, and
It's like I swear,
am
put him
met
up,
with
alright? Because we
nothing
about to be
again.
boxing, alright?
I grit my
I don't
teeth
do
as
none
my
of that
patience
mess, alright? You
snaps.
sneak up on me.
Know yourself.
You have ruined so many lives, and yet here you are, lingering on without hope or salvation. What is keeping your tired corpse animated, curse word?
I said, show yourself! Magic begins to coalesce and pulse around my broken husk of
Okay,
a
I'll be
horn.
like,
In my right periphery, a shadowy figure emerges from the bushes. Before it takes another step, a bolt of power erupts from my horn. Faster than thought, a black void appears from the ground and expands into a gaping maw of deepest ebony, engulfing the flaming bolt into its depths. I freeze. My mind goes numb as the magic winks out of existence. My magic, the same that has incinerated ponies whole and cleaved open flesh even through plated armor. How can that be? How can that blackness just consume it? The inky void sloshes and writhes upwards from the ground, slowly revealing pink hooves, legs, until a complete form stands before me. I find myself face to face with the mare I thought I would never see again. A lump forms in my throat. I swallow hard, trying to force it back down. Her eyes remain shut, a small smile playing on her lips. You ruined me, curse word.
oh.
You ruined me with your own words. Her eyes slide open, and it's then that I realize something is off. As she moves closer into the light of the campfire, glistening yellow eyes glare back at me from within her dark violet mane. In the light of the embers, black splotches cover her once perfect pink coat. Wisps of ebony tendrils rise from the stains and lash out towards me violently, trying to strike. Without reason, though, they freeze, slowly constricting back around her frame. As she strides forward, a trail of inky blackness remains behind, a river of nightmare ink left in her wake. Her haunting stare. It pins me in place. I can't seem to break from it as my breath catches in my
You
chest.
better get up. Look.
This can't be real. You can't be real. I take a step back. No, it's actually her. No, fate. I know punishment, but not this. How did she get here? And like this? What the did I do this?
You found me, curse word.
Those eyes. They have me clamped in place. I can't move. I can't breathe. My words, my strength, it's all gone.
It's okay, if you're
All I
telling
can
me
hear is
this
panic
story at
screaming
this very
inside my
second,
skull,
bro.
reminding me of my failures. I didn't find you. I couldn't find you. You're gone because of me, and I will never. A sharp pain explodes in my shoulder, forcing me down, pinning me in place. My head slamming into the ground snaps me out of my trance. I try to rise, but I can't move.
It's like a next story that Lost need to do is like have a story that's animated completely. Like she's telling the story, but it's animated. Like you can see it.
Glancing over my shoulder, I see a dripping ebony hoof shoving me into the forest floor. I struggle against it, but I only slip and fall into the ground harder than before. The inky blackness is spreading beneath me, around me, consuming my body in all of its depths.
That's
It's
nasty.
then that I feel them. Wispy, inky tendrils beginning to wriggle all over my body. Mag! Wet, cold. What is this? My mouth is forced open and pure darkness pours into it and down my throat, silencing my cry. It's joined by more, slithering and constricting around my limbs and through my coat
nah,
as
that's
I writhe.
nasty, mate.
Wait, they aren't writhing on me. They're in me. I can feel my body distend as I try to retch. My insides.
So, what type of monster is this? What we got? What, dude? So they're going in through her mouth and basically tearing her insides. What?
Slithering like a bag of snakes, full of those things. I can't breathe, choking on them as my throat begins to tighten. My hooves begin to sink to the ground, into the dark depths of the murky, obscure black mess. I can't fight it. There's no point. Maybe death is finally fuck distance, and I can fade away into this void. Please, release me from drown in this emptiness. Sweet
What's happening?
Celestia, please let the scent just for the inky void consumes me. I catch one more glimpse of her, an image of my beloved imprinted into my mind. At least I can say I saw her one last time.
No, this is...
But her expression, though, did I see pain?
I mean, I kind of see pain when I look at it more in the right angle. I was kind of questioning myself in my mind. She looked kind of sad.
The scent of lavender washes over me. I take in a deep breath, and it fills my lungs, spreading a warmth inside my chest. It's her scent. She always smelled of sweet lavender. I remember times where I'd be working on a story, and she would try to sneak up from behind to hug or tickle me. Her scent would give her away, though, before she even got the chance to get close. Times it was so strong, the smell would engulf the whole room the moment she walked in. It's a bit odd, though. The fragrance is so intense right now. Like she's right here next to me in this darkness. Dear Luna, how I miss this. My lips curl into a faint smile as the distant sounds of...
What's happening right now? I don't know what's going on. Like,
Birds? Wait, birds. Why open my eyes, but a gentle pressure keeps them closed. The world shifts and turns around me in a dizzying confusion, one where I can't find my bearings. Gravity suddenly reasserts itself as I flop down roughly onto something soft, warm. I realize that I'm laying on what feels like a bed. The pressure on my eyes fades to nothing, and I can finally open them. The light is blinding, though. I wince and reach up a hoof to rub them softly. I push myself up and glance around. Wait, am I? I slam my eyes shut and shake my head. No, there's no way that's possible. I was just in that forest. Gradually, I open them again. Nope, my eyes are definitely working. To my utter disbelief, I am sitting in my old bed in the middle of my bedroom. It's morning, the sun's out, pouring in through the window, and the birds are chirping like in the world. I glance down at my body, and my heart nearly lunges out of my chest. My body, the skin is taut and the fur soft to the touch. I catch my breath as I try to process what's really going on. It's then that I realize that I don't smell the lavender anymore. How in the... I fling the blankets off and leap out of bed, inspecting the room. It's just the way I remember it. The bed, the dresser, the nightstand. My mind races. How is this logically possible? I gallop down the stairs to inspect the rest of the house. The living room, the kitchen, everything is just as I left it all those years ago. Nothing appears to be out of place. That is, until I catch a glimpse of the picture frame resting on the coffee table in the living room. A lump forms in my throat as I pick it up with my magic, hoping and praying it's how I remember it. This picture. I know she and I are supposed to be in this, together. It was taken right before she moved in with me. She was so jittery and nervous, almost like she was terrified of overstaying her welcome. She kept second-guessing herself so much around me. I could never understand why she was like that. I was the one who insisted on her moving in. I mean, she was homeless at the time. How could I not offer? I remember that far-off glazed look in her eyes. After she and I had moved in what little she had into the house. Something was wrong, but I couldn't nail it down, no matter how hard I tried. She just didn't want to talk about it. She wasn't ready to let me in. In a last-ditched attempt to try and cheer her up, I pulled out the camera and told her we should snap a photo together. A little way of always remembering her moving in. She finally seemed to relax and came out of her daze when I pecked her on the cheek and snapped the photo. My eyes close and I swallow hard. Things were so much simpler back then. Before I lift the frame up to eye level and open them.
Yeah, before you killed her.
The photo
I'm kidding.
tauntingly reflects
I don't
back
think
at
she
me
did,
from
though. I
under
don't
the
think she did.
glass, and I feel the lump fall
Hey.
to the pit of my stomach.
Hey, is that supposed to be there? Because I just noticed that. That kind of looked weird. The first thing my eyes landed on was that blotch of, like, black ink right there.
Of course she's not in the even a spot for her anymore. I'm just smiling back with a dumb face. It's been years since she's been in this photo, or any photo for that matter. All of them in this house changed that. I honestly thought things were going to be different for once. I shake my head as I place the frame back down on the coffee table. A fucky like this.
Oh, freaking course.
I'm going
We're
to
gonna
relive
get all
this
these
reality over and over again, aren't I? The one where I just never find her. Where I made her stop existing. It's been said I sometimes even wonder if she was real at all. Maybe my mind is... Maybe she's just this mental fabrication. Is this just my way of coping with everything? This immortality that I've been cursed with, the way fate keeps I seriously feel like any possible at this point. I take a deep, shuddering breath. This is fine. This is all fine. It's not like I had control anyways. Maybe I should just go back to sleep. At least fate gave me a bed to rest in between getting I glance back down at the picture one last time. But it's then that something catches my eye. Something I missed at first glance. I ignite my horn and elevate it closer. When I notice a little black smudge on the lower edge
I noticed
of the
that too.
My eyes narrow as I stare at it for a little longer. Who spilled ink on this? I lift my head and glare at the door. Really? I glance over at the clock. Who the f***'s early? I have no clue what day it is, or the year for that matter, but whoever's behind that door can just sit and spin. I'm not going to answer the door. Oh, if this persists to the door, then I'll answer.
Alright, we're done. we're done. Alright, we're done. We're just gonna end it off here. Alright. I said I'll try to watch it. But I'll just rather watch it in parts, alright? Just to make it more interesting for y'all. Watch it in parts. So, we out of here. Let's get it, man. I hope y'all love that video. I hope y'all like, subscribe, hit the bell. Peace out, everybody. God bless, man. Alright, we out.